When playing any online PvP-centric game, there's always things that truly get under their player's skin. Playing Battlefield and seeing 600 medics in your vicinity and not a single one even looks your way. Playing Mortal Kombat and your opponent is the second coming of Christ with their combo game. And being a Halo fan, watching 343 still be employed after Halo 5 and Infinite's flop on release. For the gift of playing this game for over 5,000 hours, God has graced me with an unstable mentality that gets me insanely pissed off any circumstance. So bad that they get burned into my head, so I thought, hey, instead of sitting here molding into my chair until I lose all of my hair, why not bring up trauma of past experience back into your life as well, so you can sit there while you're on your phone or PC, or my favorite, the TV, because it makes my head bigger than it already is, and go, yeah, I fucking hate when that shit happens, out loud. Anyways, while I make the community collectively agree about all the front is truly rage-inducing moments, if you're related to any of them in the video, you are legally obligated to subscribe, or else women in your area will come to your house and try to date you. But before we start, ladies and gentlemen, I have one announcement. You know you've really made it on the platform when you get sponsored, and say hello to the channel's first ever sponsor, Project Orochi. When you grow old, your ideals change. When you're a kid, you want toys. When you're a teenager, you want to stick it to your parents. And when you're my age, mostly you just care about drip. But going to clothes stores is hard because you gotta go outside and, potentially talk to women. Project Orochi is an online clothing brand that actually has a For Honor catalog with new items coming to the store in the coming week. I personally will be getting the Warden hoodie myself because I genuinely like the look of it. It's nice and clean, For Honor inspired, and doesn't make me like a goofball in public. But if For Honor isn't your style, you can choose from multiple other catalogs. I'm talking to you, the people that run the Brand of Sacrifice emblem in-game. They have a Berserk catalog. And my second personal favorite, the Souls genre, with Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and Sekiro inspired clothing. It's cool, and the thing is that they actually do take community inspiration from their Discord community. So if you don't see something you like, go and share your ideas. If you want to help me out and you aren't interested in buying any of these clothes, use my code projectorochi.com/RaptorX to get a 10% discount on any purchase with free shipping. And again, if you don't like anything you bought, they offer a full 60-day return policy with your money back guaranteed. Anyways, enough from me. Enjoy the video. Let me paint a scenario for you. You join a lobby and you see the lobby isn't full. And you go, unlucky, because you have to start the game with a bot. You know deep down the bot's going to do anything but be supportive and either just go farm mid, get stuck somewhere, or feed revenge. Then you go into the next game, there again, 7 out of 8 players, and boom, you're the one with the bot on your team again.
We would have him.
God fucking damn it! It seems that no matter what, you have to start the game a man down. This time, the bot literally never got filled up, so you were forced to play a 10-minute match a man down, and you're gonna lose anyway. Then boom, third game of the day, and somehow again, it is a 3v4 that somehow, like God's greatest joke, you were always destined to have the bot anytime your game isn't full. This is truly a snowball effect where the first couple times you really don't mind about it, but then over and over and over again, it starts to chip away at your mentality until you just can't take it anymore. Now trust me, I like gambling as much as the next person, but I will say this proudly. Fuck scavenger crates and everything that they stand for. Oh, you want that new armor that just came out? How about the literal default helmet and a rusty fucking hilt? You really want good perks for your heavy characters like Last Stand, or maybe Headhunter for your Vanguards, or even Fresh Focus? Have fun with Supersonic, Shields Up, and like fucking clever tactics. And the worst part, these things are like a finite resource where you get maybe like 5 a month and somehow even less if you're just not bandwagoning the Knights faction in the faction war. So if you really want something, you gotta spend that steel. You got 20k steel into the bank, 17k, then 15k, then you blink and you're actually at 7k, and you still have not gotten what you wanted. And the entire time you're sitting there thinking, just one more, just one more. Surely the armor you want is in the next crate. You said that 20 crates ago, by the way. There sometimes is no worse feeling than seeing some guy super low HP walk into a point and you actually lose the fight anyway. Knowing that they are literally one mistake away from death, but you just can't hit them and make a single right read against them. It genuinely might be the worst feeling in the world, seeing a fight you literally should just win because you have more health to trade and you actually get shit stomped. And it's even worse when the person who's at 1 HP actually just ledges you instead off of a lucky break. Ledging can already lead to crushed keyboards, but getting ledged a guy when you're at full HP and they weren't is desk splitting. Now we're really gonna dig into your memories with this one. I'm gonna make you relive that one guy that really fucked up your entire game because patience is not a virtue in his eyes. It is genuinely baffling how many people don't know about how revenge works in the Big 25. I know some of you just like coming home and playing the game, and that's 100% understandable. Not everyone's gonna be a random demon or a guy who knows how to gank. But in my reality, what I'm asking you to do is just look at a flashing picture and just not press a button. It's kind of baffling because you've seen these people in your lobbies and you're shocked because you've seen the AI have more restraint in teamfights. Even with the gank changes allowing them to make more mistakes, it hasn't stopped them from making every mistake. Some people are so consistent with their revenge feeding, I have their usernames burnt into my head. Sometimes I will outright warn players in my game and PC checks chat to not trust someone because I wouldn't want to wish that teammate on my worst enemy. And to top it all off, the worst part about these people is that they do believe that they're doing nothing wrong, and it's actually the fault of everyone around them. Like an arsonist dousing a house in flames, igniting it with a matchstick, and somehow walking around blaming the family for being in the house. I have a ritual I do before every game starts, and is to look at the scoreboard the second the game starts, to look at everyone's ping for insanely good reason. Now, latency is a sketchy topic with many different opinions. Some think ping isn't a problem if it's stable, even if it's in the 150s. Some people believe 80 ping counts as lagging. My view is that 90 to 100 stable can cause interruptions in gameplay, but not every single attack they throw out. But I think what everyone agrees on is those players that cosplay like they have a Sandevistan from Cyberpunk 2077, lagging around the place, need to be booted faster than the game does more often. You hit these guys and they think, oh yeah, I'm really winning this fight now, and then boom! They hit the reverse button, heal the entire heavy you just hit them with, or the one I personally hate the most, killing them being mid-execution, and they actually just come back from the dead and start fighting back instead. Then you have Lagswitchers. These guys are the dumbest people on the planet. One, because they're cheating in For Honor, and that's already enough to make you a mental patient. But two, they actually believe that everyone around them is cheating, so what they're doing is justifiable in any case scenario. Watch any Havoc video where he fights a Lagswitcher and he will see that there are people actually defending themselves against him. We just had one of these not too long ago, and if there's any way to have your community flip out and lose their shit, it's your patch notes. Even if majority of the patch notes are great, people will look at the bad changes and just shit down the developer's throat because they ruin the hero they like. Then you got the other side of the coin when they don't nerf the heroes that make the game a living nightmare. It took 6 months to change Armush's damage to be more balanced in the community, when they said themselves that the easiest changes are number changes. Now trust me, I'm no game dev. I'm not saying it's just that easy that you can boot up a PC and change numbers without breaking the game, because we've seen that happen already, and it sucked. Sometimes the devs also just say things that are insanely and objectively wrong. And before I talk about these things, let me just say that I do fully support Ubisoft Montreal, and even if they do fuck up and mess things up from time to time, I know they have the ability to own up to their mistakes and fix it, just like other developers actually just wouldn't. Just bait revenge. Who can forget this iconic line when Oathbreaker got nerfed, and the collective community lost their minds because it was literally impossible to do such a thing that was stated. Look, okay, maybe if you're on PC and you use keyboard and mouse, you could emote to make a BP panic on animation, but unless the BP is slightly challenged, it's not going to work. And if you're on console, you literally can't, because the emote button and revenge button are the same button. There are many instances where you miss a parry. Sometimes you ask for a light attack from your opponent and they do give it to you, but you miss it anyway. Maybe your opponent has a really delayable heavy attack like Medjay Finisher Heavy, or any of the charge heavies from Shugo, Hito, or Centurion. It really sucks barely missing the parry window and eating a fully charged heavy for a fourth of your health bar. Then it gets worse, missing an out of stamina parry, and you literally have to sit there angry about it, but there's nothing and nobody to blame but yourself, as your opponent is 100% guaranteed laughing at you for it. But then there's the last one, and honestly the most frustrating, is having an unblockable come from your back, look like it's coming from your right side, but with the smallest amount of movement from your opponent comes from your left instead, having you scratching your head on how the fuck you didn't parry the attack. You feel like the game actually just cheated you because the devs were like bored and wanted to fuck with you specifically. I will debatably say this is the worst thing to possibly happen because it's the most common on this list. I play a lot of duo queue because I think 4 stacking is just too easy at times, but I gotta say, 2 stacking is broken, and I'm putting my tinfoil hat on for this one. When you 2 stack with your friend, you are guaranteed to have 2 straight up Neanderthals who can't even comprehend that unblockables can be feinted, but the game puts you against actual competent people instead. The entire time, you just question how the fuck the game decided that these 2 people were actually considered the same skill level as you and the people on the other team. Oh my Gladiators are 0-4, by the way. Oh, hell yeah, that's my... Then you're mid-match and you pop up the scoreboard and you are baffled at the sight of someone who has died more times than you actually thought was possible the entire game. If, and only if, they didn't rage quit the match for seemingly no reason. And speaking of rage quitting... Yes! Oh my god! Yes! When we needed it most! But before we get into that, I want to give some honorable mentions. Number 1, getting disconnected. This shit just happens at random and it's generally annoying because it only happens when you're winning. You're doing really well in the game and a single freeze that happens and boom, you're just gone. Your internet spikes for a second, you're out of the lobby. Game is literally on the you win screen and you get handed a plate of fuck you. This is a cry for a reconnect button, so please just add it to the game. And the second honorable mention is Oathbreaker. This feat is pure rage personified. Getting your revenge is already hard as fuck already, so sitting there and playing so well that you actually earned it instead of getting babysat at fucking 99 revenge for the 10th time this game is just annoying. So popping revenge is supposed to be rewarding, but oh no, here comes a Black Prior with Funbreaker who farmed mid for 5 minutes to take away all your fun and just tell you to suck a fucking egg and die faster than your lips can mouth the word fuck you. And finally, for our last one, I don't think many people are surprised about this one being at the top, because this is the most common occurrence in any game, and outright killed an entire game mode for seemingly no reason. I'm going to make an accurate estimation and say that around 70% of all For Honor games played on Matchmaking have at least one rage quit in them, and 95% of Reach games will end in a team of bots. Almost under no condition do I think rage quitting is acceptable. The only time is for your opponents being horribly laggy players, but these people don't need a reason to rage quit. They're just looking for one interaction to justify in their head that quitting the game is okay. These guys will die in the most casual 1v1 on the earth, but since they actually don't like the hero they fought, or don't like the hero they're playing, or don't like the hero that you're playing, they're hitting that dashboard button. Anyways, I hope this video brought you pure rage and hate where you can recall every single moment I just pointed out, like how I was when I was writing this. Anyways, that's all for me. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.
Crazy. Dude, I'd be pissed if I were you. I'd be angry.
You better hope my war doesn't break.